In episode 22, we will take a tour through the 31st annual Taikan-ten, or Grandview Bonsai exhibition, which was held on the last weekend in November 2011 at Miyako Meisei Hall in Kyoto, Japan. Each year, amateur and professional bonsai from throughout Japan are brought to Kyoto for the event, and enthusiasts from around the world flock to the ancient capital to view some of the best bonsai and suiseki art the country has to offer. One day prior to the opening of the Taikan-ten, bonsai professionals from the far ends of Japan traveled to Kyoto to set up sales booths and exhibits at Miyako Meisei Hall. On the same day as setup, the exhibited bonsai are judged and awards are presented. The judging process involves 3 stages. First, a group of elected bonsai professionals chooses the top 5 plants in each of several categories, including large evergreens and deciduous bonsai, as well as rock plantings and Satsuki azaleas. Following this, the professionals then re-evaluate the groups, choosing the top 3 specimens in each. Lastly, a group of non-professionals, consisting mainly of monetary sponsors of the Taikan-ten event, chooses the winning specimens in each category. The Taikan-ten is a unique exhibition in Japan, as bonsai maintained by both professionals and amateurs are displayed side by side. This often makes the event both eclectic and eccentric in terms of species, styles, tastes, and preferences. While perusing the exhibition, we ran into Bill Valvanis of International Bonsai, who was leading his annual tour to Japan.
I've been coming back and forth to Japan for over 40 years. I stopped counting it 50 times. I enjoy Japan. I love the country. I love the people and the bonsai. It's very friendly. So I enjoy sharing what I see with friends. This year we brought 15 people to the ASPAC convention, where people came from all over the world. And then we saw the trees in that area. Went to visit the late Daiso Iwasaki's garden. Then one day we went from Takamatsu up to Tokyo to visit Shunkai, Mr. Kobayashi's garden. The next day we left there, went up to Omiya to see the museum, Mr. Kimura, all the bonsai gardens, up to Hanyu to visit Morimai, and all the way back to Kyoto here. We spent 5 days here. I've been here every day for the Taikan-ten exhibition. This exhibition is very unusual, not typical Japanese, because here you can see suiseki displayed with bonsai, suiseki alone, and also with scrolls, which is very interesting for foreigners. So we've enjoyed our visit here, and now it's time to go home and get back to my magazine. Thank you.
We also happened upon bonsai professional Pedro Morales, who is heading his own group from Latin America.
This is the first time that we bring a group to Taikan-ten from Latin America. We always came to kouka-en, but not to Taikan-ten. And we want to see the trees in this stage of changing colors. And since we don't have that at least in my country, in Puerto Rico, we don't have that, so we want to see that. So this is the place to come to see that. I have to say that I'm very impressed with the quality. I am also very interested in that. I interview a few people here, and the interest of younger people in Japan it's getting less and less. And on the other hand, in Europe and Latin America, it's growing. So I don't know what's going to happen there. If the younger people from Japan they don't like bonsai anymore, so it depends on us. It depends on the people that are coming to this kind of event, and people like you and people that are really interested in other countries to keep this tradition alive. It's not our tradition, but we have to try to keep it alive. In Latin America, it's a very growing interest in bonsai now. There's many countries now that have been developing good teachers and good material. So we just need to keep focus on quality and finishing refinement, and I hope to not to be as at the level of Japan, but at least be somewhere in between, so we could have nice quality trees in the future.
Towards the end of the exhibition, we had the opportunity to meet Peter T., an American apprentice at Eisei-en Nursery in Nagoya.
Hello, my name is Peter T. and I'm studying at Eisei-en. This is Taikan-ten. This is one of the trees I've actually prepped a little bit. It's a trident maple. Did a little bit of cutting, pulled the leaves off, prepped it for a fall show since it's fall now. So we brought this in on Thursday and set this whole display. And today is actually the breakdown. So at about 4 o'clock, this place is going to be like a madhouse, and we're just going to be moving all this stuff out and filling vans and all that stuff. But it should be pretty quick. Usually the teardown is always a lot simpler than the actual setup.
Last but not least, and to some perhaps most importantly, the vendors area at this year's Taikan-ten was a veritable candy shop for the bonsai enthusiasts. World-class bonsai and materials were in seemingly unlimited supply during the 4-day event, and many attendees spent a majority of their time shopping and gawking in the sales area rather than viewing the actual exhibition. For photographs and more information about the Taikan-ten, please visit bjorvalabonsaistudio.com.